shredder, Cindy Clark. Cindy Clark, are you out there?
I'm here.
You are here. Hello, my friends.
Hello.
And Cindy, for those of you who don't know you, where are you calling in from?
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
So close. And who introduced you to ER Shred?
My good friend Heather Sika Leonard.
Somebody I might know.
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit. And before we get into your shred story, what are you passionate about?
I am passionate, like a lot of people in our shredders group. I am passionate about helping people. I've been on a path of helping people for 22 years now.
Very
in some way, shape, or form.
I love that. And so we have been around for 22 years. So what are some of those other ways that you've been helping?
A business coach, a life coach, a virtual assistant, a business manager.
You got your little Heinz 57 and a variety of things that you've done.
I do.
Anything that you can do to help lives. And I can completely agree with that. And I would say there might be somebody else you're passionate about.
Somebody else?
Somebody?
Who, DJ?
No, your end of things.
Oh, Lily, my granddaughter. My granddaughter. Yes, I'm very passionate about my granddaughter.
Yeah, I see her a lot.
Yes.
So tell us about your journey. When did you do your first ER shred?
March 2021.
March 2021, but we started in October. So what happened?
You did. And I watched you and many other people, and I was, excuse me, going through some things, and I knew I needed a change, and it sounded perfect. So I jumped in March.
It sounded perfect, but you watched for a while. Were you questioning us a little bit that we went a little crazy?
Well, I always think you go crazy, but that's beside the point. No, I wasn't ready, but I wanted to watch. And I was actually mentally preparing myself for many things. I had something that was going to be a big thing in my life happening in April, and I needed to be mentally prepared for that. So, and I knew the ER shred could do that for me.
So there was the whole mental component of it. So what was your experience on your first 11 days?
Well, I lost about 10 pounds and multiple inches. I don't really remember, but it was many inches. And more for me was the emotional part of it. It really helped me to define my emotional triggers quicker and handle them better than I had. And that, for me, that was huge. That was a huge change for me.
So the 10 pounds was your side effect?
Yes, definitely.
So, and I know that there was a lot of big shifts going on that required the mental capacity to do so. And what was it like prior to ER shred when how you were handling things? Because you've been using our Isagenix shakes now for how long?
May 1st, it's going to be 8 years.
So you've been on the nutrition, the shake side of it for 8 years. What shifted? And
well, I think the incubating the shakes made a big difference for me as far as digestive issues were happening. And then, you know, the butter coffee, oh my God, it was just like, at first I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm in it. I'm going in all the way. So I did the butter coffee. Now I can't live without it. And I hadn't, when I cleansed in March, I had not cleansed for a while. And when I cleansed in March, that shred that I did in March was the easiest cleanse that I had I think, ever done. So
What do you think,
that was huge too.
what do you think was different?
The protocol, the doing the 5 days before, the shake and meat. And I was like, and at first I was like, I don't know if I can eat all that meat. But then I was like, I love bacon. So,
Who doesn't?
right. So, so I think doing the protocol ahead of time, the way that, because when I did it strict, right to the protocol. And I think that made a huge difference too.
So where did you learn the protocol? Because this is not the norm that's taught. How were you able to find it and follow the directions? Was it challenging for you?
No, because I paid attention to you. And when you pointed out the guides, I went through all the guides and I made my grocery list. And I did what I was supposed to do, I thought.
So you did your homework. You
did.
accepted an invitation for an education, right?
I
You
did.
educated yourself around the protocol, and you
Mhm.
have been living this lifestyle for a year.
I have.
And how has that year been going? Because I know Lily is, how old is she now? 12?
She'll be 11 in July.
She'll be 11 in July.
Mhm.
So how does that work when Lily's with you? Are you able to keep up with her? Are you able, does it affect how you are cooking and preparing food when she's with you?
Oh, yes. Yes. Lily had expressed interest in being a vegetarian. And then she got frustrated because she said when she came here, we were only eating meat. So I said, well, maybe you might want to try it and see. And she eats steak and bacon now, and a little bit of chicken and eggs. And she loves her eggs. She makes her own eggs. And she loves the butter. Oh, Grammy, this butter is so good. And I was really interested to see how her taste buds would change and how she would react to it. And she just loves it.
And do you see that shift in her?
I do. Her energy level, she tells everybody, oh, I eat steak and bacon and eggs all the time with Grammy.
And people are like, she's nuts.
Right. Well, no. And I'm like, well, if you want to have a conversation, I'll certainly share with you.
Right?
Yeah.
Always good to have that conversation. And I am excited to see, because I know she and DJ have experienced a lot of this close together, because May will be 7 years for me, and you and I have been together on this journey for those 7 years, and just right. What we see these kids able to learn and observe, because we do it first. We right. Go first, and actions speak louder than words, right?
Right.
And I'm sure like Jesse's sitting over there like biting into this, seeing how we are leading, that the kids are following.
Yes.
And they're following our example, and we see the shift in their behavior, we see the shift in their energy, we see the shift in their focus.
Right.
And that just drives, for me anyways, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but for me, that drives me to keep going.
Right. Absolutely.
To keep leading that example.
Yes.
Right.
Right. Because we know they're watching.
And how is your energy since you started shredding in the last year? I know it's hard to think back a year ago, so maybe next time share a little sooner, but at the beginning, I think because of my emotions and what I was going through, my energy wasn't quite there, and it took a little while to get there. And I expected that, honestly, because of everything that I had read and learned about the shred and the food. So I kind of expected that, and so that was okay. But I have days where I'm running around in the backyard with Lily, we're kicking the ball. I, take her bike riding, it amazes me. I'm going to be 61 in June.
And to be able to have this energy, and that was my goal too, was to be able to keep up with my granddaughter and be able to, have the patience with her and be able to guide her. That was a lot of my motivation.
Yeah, can you talk more on what you're noticing about having patience with them and you're responding to them? Because I know.
Yes. Yeah,
I
and
know,
I'm
but
sure
people
many
don't
people
know.
know, but I have my granddaughter a lot. It's my son is a single dad and has sole custody of my granddaughter, and I help him out every day. I pick Lily up off the bus from school, and she comes back to my house until my son gets out of work. Some nights she has to sleep here. If he works till 10, 11 o'clock at night, then she sleeps here. So I spend a great deal amount of time with her, and I always have since she was 2 years old. And she's always watched me. Even when I started doing the Isagenix shakes, she was doing the pink shakes too, so she was familiar with the shakes to begin with. And I had to ask me why, like on cleanse days, because I'll do a cleanse day when she's here and explain it to her and she understands, but then she wanted to know why she couldn't cleanse. Well, why can't I do that, Grammy? Because you have to wait 8 years, Lily. Sorry, but.
But when she's testing you, because you guys spend so much time together, and there are those moments where she is trying to find her boundaries, what are you observing about yourself and how you've been able to respond when she's challenging you to find out where her boundary is, because she knows her boundaries with Grammy? How is your response to when she's pushing you like that? Have you noticed a shift since you started the shred protocol?
Definitely. I'm much calmer, and I do respond rather than react. And I can catch myself quicker and pull myself back and think about, okay, I need to explain this calmly, and she'll get it. She'll understand, So, I mean, it's not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Right. We have our moments. But Lily will, she'll come right back at me, and she'll say, wait, Grammy, which I love, so she's also learning how to respond also to certain situations, and we talk about that. We talk about how you can, again, respond to something that's happening to your circumstances in a positive, healthy way.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And I love how you said you're learning to respond instead of react.
Right.
You've been able to create that space and clear the stuff out. So you hear the messages to know, wait a minute, I need to pause. I'm reacting and I need to be responding. So let me stop.
Yep, exactly.
Have you noticed an impact in your relationship when you're able to do it that way?
Yes, definitely.
So the 10 pounds, I love you for that. And I'm proud of you for that. And
I've maintained it. A year and a month. I'm sorry?
Couldn't maintain it before?
Up and down. But I was making bad choices back then too. So now I make better choices.
What do you think is it that's keeping you on making the right choices?
Because I love this protocol. I love the food, and I want to stay in the game. I want to stay, I'm not real active in the group, but I watch the group. I read every day, and I get the pop-ups on my phone. I get the notifications, and I go in and I look and see what's happening and, what people are saying. And I try to encourage and support people when I see their posts. I don't post personally myself a lot, but I like to support other people.
And I thank you for that. And I do watch because I know, because we chat a lot. And I fully believe there are more shred warriors like yourself that are in the community watching and learning from us and taking from us. And I want to thank you for taking that extra little nudge from me to come here with me tonight and share your story. Is there anything else on your heart you want to share?
No, I think that was good.
I tapped you into enough. Well, thank you so much, Cindy.
Thank you for
I
having me. I
appreciate you.
appreciate it.
We love